Welcome to the Breaking the Silence podcast. I am your host, author Nikki Nicole. Here I believe in winning together and creating a safe, supportive space for people to share their stories and start their healing journey. My passion is to help people confront hidden battles, embrace their truths, and take steps towards a more fulfilling life. Every episode is designed to break the silence on topics that often go unspoken, leading to conversations that uplift, inspire, and transform. Join me as we break the barriers and find strength through shared experiences, one story at a time. Welcome to another powerful episode of Breaking the Silence, where voices that often go unheard are amplified. The spotlight today is on Josh V., one of my favorite poets, y'all, from my hometown, Mullins, South Carolina. He has been a writer since the age of 9, but he didn't step onto that stage until 2021. But when he did, guess what he did? He didn't just perform, he made history. So as a historian, he brings knowledge and education into his art, dropping those historical gems within his poetry that opens minds and expands horizons. Josh is on a mission, y'all, to represent the rural South and the region often overlooked in many conversations, whether political or artistic. He's a living testimony to the fact that anything is possible with hard work and that a country boy from Mullins, South Carolina can carry the wisdom of the city. So after this countdown, please welcome Josh V. back to the Breaking the Silence platform. I was like, dog, that countdown long. How you doing today, Josh?
I'm good. Just been working.
Good. So tell everybody a little bit about yourself that didn't watch the first episode that we had.
I go by the name Josh V., poet and spoken word artist from Mullins, South Carolina. Been residing in Atlanta, Georgia the last 15 years of my life. I wear several hats. I'm a historian. I like to call myself a motivational speaker at times. I'm a family man. I'm a loyal friend, former athlete, a list of other things. But
a list of other things.
I'm mainly a knowledge seeker. Every day, I try to learn something new.
Nice. You know what? Every day is a lesson. Every day is a lesson learned, I'm telling you. So, Josh, you started doing poetry writing since you was 9 years old, but you didn't hit that stage until 2021. So what inspired you to say, you know what, I'm stepping out and I'm going to share my poetry with the world after all those years?
I kind of just got tired of being a spectator. You can go to, even after I became an artist, you can go to a show and say, well, I'm just going to chill in the crowd and, just, do the performances. But once you get in there for a while, you kind of be like, dang, I wish I would have put myself on the sign up list. So, every time I'll be at certain events, I'll be like, dang, man, I could see myself doing that. I just had to get over the shyness and the stage fright.
Yep. I agree. Sometimes you got to just put yourself out there, and being the fact, I didn't know you was writing that young either. I did not know that.
Yeah, I always did. A lot of people didn't know that. But that first time I had got like kind of on stage, I kind of got, I got pulled on stage,
Right.
I was trying to hide in the crowd, but it was like, it wasn't a lot of people that night. So we was, they had like a cipher before the actual show started. And they passed me the microphone. They kind of passed it to everybody in the room, whether he was an artist or not. And the host passed it to me, and I was flowing with her. And so after the actual show started, she like, yeah, you need to come up here and do something now. I'm like, I ain't got nothing prepared, but I had to, do what I had to do. So
Yeah,
then
do what you had to do.
I caught the bug after that. You know what I'm saying? I was like, dang, I got comfortable a little while afterwards.
Nice. So now moving from Mullins, we know Mullins is a small place. So moving from Mullins to Atlanta, that had big impact on you. So how has living in Atlanta shaped your perspective, as a poet and an artist?
It make you know that it's possible, because I like to say in Atlanta we don't have celebrities. And what I mean by that is, whoever y'all see on TV, podcasts, they be in the same places everybody else be. They're not far removed. Like, they're very accessible. Not just artistry, but just day-to-day life. Because Atlanta is big to somebody that's probably in Mullins or a smaller town, but to us it's small. It's just one big circle. So the artists that you probably admire, artistically, you frequent the same areas as them. So you might see a Grammy award-winning or a Grammy-nominated artist like just around the way, and I never had a bad experience. I always had humble experiences with them. So it just, Atlanta just made me be like, dang, not only is it possible because you see the people that's making it happen, but they also real humble. And they're willing to share knowledge too, Doing, like I said, I can only speak from my experiences.
Right. I love it. So you describe yourself as this country boy with a city knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
How does this blend of, rural and urban perspectives influence the themes of tone in your poetry?
When I first got to Atlanta, it might sound crazy, but I was cultural shock, because I thought that the whole entire South operated the same way. The whole South, definitely the Southeast, but rural versus city, it's a different atmosphere, different surroundings. So you have to take different precautions, but as far as how it affected my art, you said how it affected my artistry. It allowed me to meet a lot of different people that I would have never met in a smaller town. So I got to learn other different perspectives that I may have never heard in a smaller place.
Right. So now you express that poetry is a glue in society. So how do you see poetry bringing people together, especially in today's divided world?
I think, I definitely think, as far as like the social media go, like, poetry is everywhere. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's just my algorithm. I don't know. But I feel like there's always a poet going viral or something. And just regular people sharing it, not just artists, So I think that I be feeling like it's a lost art form, but at the same time, I think that it's still present. It just might not be promoted as much as other art forms.
Right.
I do think, because, like, let's say for instance, like a comedy show. You might be at a comedy show, and I might just only be speaking for the bubble that I'm in, but you might be at a comedy show or something. They'll have a poet come up and perform.
Right.
Like, it's always like getting incorporated into something somehow. Or you remember Amanda Gorman did the poetry at the inauguration a few years ago.
Right.
It's kind of always finding its way in spaces, whether it's normal spaces that it would normally show up, in spaces that it wouldn't. But I think that I think it is coming back around. I think people gravitating to the art form a little bit more than probably in the past few years.
Now, I should have told you this, but I'm gonna put you on the spot. I want you to recite a poem to the audience today before I get into the out of the box questions. You ready?
Yeah, let me see. Let's see. Uh, let's see what I'll do. Um, I'm trying to think of a short one. Let's do this poem called My Uniform, since it's Black History Month. Every day I grand rise in a uniform known as melanin. It is one of the greatest gifts that I could have ever acquired. But on the contrary, it can lead my life to an early expire, being that I live in a geographical place known as the United States. Wearing my uniform, some people may choose to hate. However, I continue to fearlessly navigate and wear my uniform in the most fashionable way. My uniform is so delicate, on it you can't place a cost. I love my uniform so much that I can't even take it off. Sometimes I just stare in the mirror and feel grateful for my uniform, because without it, I know I would feel lost. My uniform enables me to endure the sun rays, so I give honor and praise to all the ancestors who wore the uniform before me, and I appreciate all the routes that they paved. My uniform connects me to the universe. No matter the content of my character, I know it's my uniform that I will always be judged by first. I say that's that piece.
I like that poem. You recite that poem before. I like that poem. Whew, my
Yeah,
uniform.
it's been a while, man. It's been a while since I did
That's
that. I don't do that one no more. It's been so long.
yeah. I think since the last open mic, right?
I don't do it period no more. It's like it's years old, and I kind of just I be in different headspaces when I write different stuff.
Right. So now I'm gonna take you to the out of the box questions. You ready?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right. So if you could describe your poetry style as a blend of two things, like maybe a type of food or a famous movie, what would it be and why?
He said, "Say it one more time." He said, "A famous
If
food."
if you could describe your poetry style as a blend of two things, a type of food or maybe a famous movie, what would it be and why?
Famous. I say famous. Famous movie. Uh, I say I'm gonna say Poetic Justice, because that movie is versatile. Like, it got poetry in it, but it got real life in it. Like, day by day stuff that's happening around in the neighborhood, and it got friendships and relationships and companionships. It got a lot of things in one. So I can talk about a lot of different topics, even though I get labeled as a conscious poet. When I first started writing poetry, like a long time ago, I was more like what I saw outside, like in my surroundings. Like, I was more like a news reporter.
So you wrote based off what you observed.
Yeah, what I seen, what I went through. I had a lot of personal pieces, like, talking about life experiences. But as I went along, I kind of moved away from just that into just more like dropping gems and knowledge or whatever.
Well, I like the both ways that you do it. The gems and the other way, the old way too. I like both ways. So next question. If you could sit down for a poetry slam with any historical figure and exchange verses, who would it be and what topic would you both be tackling?
I'll sit down with Big Rube from the Dungeon Family. And you said what topic?
Mm-hmm.
The topic would be something along the lines of getting our people to open their third eye, getting our people to be awakened.
Nice. So I have two more out of the box questions to make you think. You've been doing good with these out of the box questions now.
It's catching me. Oh, keep up.
You be ready. So if your poetry could inspire a movement or a cause, what would it be and how would you use your art to fuel that change?
The movement would be to get a spotlight on small rural areas and their artists. And what was the second part?
How would you use your art to fuel the change?
I would Make sure I hit every elementary school, junior high school, every event that they have in that area, and put it on showcase and bring out other artists with us, like that's in the surrounding areas, and just get them some spotlight. Like I really like. I don't know. It's like I said, I've been in the city 15 years, but you never really hear people talking about the country a lot. You hear people talk about smaller cities,
Right.
but not the rural South. Not somewhere on the dirt road somewhere. It's like we don't exist or something. Like we not. I'm not gonna say we ain't represented because we do have people that have came from them type of areas, but we just get overshadowed by brothers and sisters from bigger places. But at the same time, a lot of big artists come to our little Chitlin circuit areas and do shows, and so I don't know.
Exactly. That's where the talent come from. The talent come from the small towns.
Yeah, definitely back in like early days, like Disby Gillespie and James Brown and all them. And I'm gonna put this on record right now. James Brown is from South Carolina. A lot of people think he's from Georgia, but he's from South Carolina. He was born in Barnwell County.
He said, "I'm gonna put this out."
Yeah, we got to make sure.
You had to put that out.
Yeah, James Brown.
Oh man. Let it be known. The greats are from South Carolina. You better let it be known, Josh.
James Brown.
So last out of the box question. Last out of the box question. If you had a chance to collaborate with any poet from any time period, living or past, living or dead, who would it be and what would your joint piece be about?
Tupac Shakur.
That's a good one.
I think a lot of people forget that he had poetry too.
Yeah, the whole book.
Yeah, I got it. I don't got it with me right now, but I got it. What would the joint piece be? It'll be about something related to being revolutionaries and being misunderstood as a revolutionary. Because that term might look different and sound different to a lot of people. But me and him gonna break it down, what it is and what's the qualifications of it, and because some people have some people might do revolutionary things, but it don't make them a revolutionary. That's a full-time.
True. That's a full-time job every day. Every day you have to live and breathe it. I agree. All right, so this is the new segment I threw in called BTS Verse and Vibes. So I'm gonna ask you 3 or 4 questions that are trivia questions. You're gonna have 30 seconds to answer. Okay. So which poet and activist wrote the poem? I know I have to give an easy one at first. Wrote the poem Still I Rise.
Still I Rise, Maya Angelou.
Boom. I ain't even put the clock on you yet because I knew you was gonna get that one.
Yeah.
Which poet is famous for the lines "I too sing America"?
Langston Hughes.
He's gonna get that one. All right, now I'm getting ready to go out the box and see if you know this one.
Okay.
Which African American poet and playwright wrote the acclaimed work "A Raisin in the Sun"?
That's not Paul Robeson. It wasn't Paul Robeson. Raisin. I know the answer. Dang man, I know the answer. It's on the tip of my tongue too.
You got 19 seconds.
Man, I know his name.
Now you know we had to read that poem in school.
I'm drawing a blank, but he man, I know exactly who it is.
Lorraine Hansberry.
I was thinking about somebody else.
I always get the last answer. Y'all always bomb the last one.
I still ain't seen Raising the Sun in a long time, but I remember it vividly though.
So now, Josh, you know what time it is. This is your time to shine. And I need to know what you got going on in 2025. and the good stuff. Following you if you're gonna come out with that poet album or anything like that. The juicy stuff. So this is your time. I'm gonna give you the platform. Holla at him. Give him some wisdom too.
2025, Josh V will be more visible on the poetry scene, making more appearances on stage at open mics and showcases, and posting more content to Instagram and Facebook, and not just poetry, but also dropping some historical knowledge and just shedding light on all the other things I do, whether that be community work, whether it's just spending time with family and youth. I just want to be a little bit more visible. I've always been a behind the scenes, behind the camera person. I never like to be in the forefront, but I'm gonna change that coming up. The plan is to get a poetry album out. I was debating whether I put a poetry book or album out first, but I'm leaning towards the album first, and then after that, I'll try to get a book done. But I got a lot of work already done. Just the fact of me seeing if it's, seeing if I want to use it for the album or for the book, or just start from scratch and make some new pieces. But my Instagram, if you want to follow me, is Josh_V_843, Josh_V843, and the Facebook is Josh JOSH Vandroff VANDROFF. All
right, so I always ask everybody that's performing for the BTS level up. How did you accept my invitation to perform at the first annual BTS level, and how do you feel about being a part of that?
You said, why did I accept it?
And how do you feel about being a part of it?
Well, besides us being family, you put in a lot of work for this artistry community and this podcasting world, and this motivating, the masses with, whether it's about mental health, breaking the silence. And I left that part out. I'm a mental health advocate. I left that part out. I don't know how I forgot about that. So, man, you always want to, when somebody put in work like that, man, you want to get in that space with them, man, and make sure that you can be a contribution to that. But how I feel about the performance, well, we're gonna be in the north part of Carolina, but it's gonna be my first time performing in Carolina. Once for the people that don't know, Fayetteville, North Carolina is not far from our hometown in South Carolina. So we still kind of around the way. So
around the way.
Part to that Carolina flavor, like I said, it's been a long time coming, and to never have done a show in Carolina, man. We talked about that before, so I ain't gonna go too deep into it.
Yeah, we talked about it. We did. We spoke that in existence. We did now. So
yeah, we talked about that. Yeah, so I'm just looking forward to and then just all the people that that you bring together, man. Like poetry's a glue, but you've been a glue just single-handedly, man. I watch the show a lot, and you have people from St. Louis, people from California, people from with BB from Kentucky. Like, man, you got people from all over, man, and man, it's just, man, that's the type of room you want to be in, man. Ain't no telling who you gonna meet and who what friendship you might make, what network you might create.
That's the plan. That's the plan, to connect somebody to the next person, to get to the next level. So, hey, we're going to start here this year, and it's not going to stop this year. It's going to keep going. But I thank you for accepting my invitation to come and perform. And I am excited about spending my birthday weekend with my people that have supported me on this journey. And I'm so grateful, and I'm glad that I can give back in some form to put y'all together, to perform together, so we can eat together, we can just have a good time and fellowship with each other. So thank you for showing up for me once again. You've been on the open mic, you've been up here as a guest, and now you coming to perform at my first event. So I really do appreciate your support, especially coming from my hometown. That means a lot to me, a whole lot.
Hopefully next year we'll put some hometown poets out there. I ain't gonna call no names, but I done spoke to a couple of y'all about y'all gotta help me out, man. I can't be a Mullins poet by myself out here now. I'm not saying I'm the only one that ever existed, but I'm saying like the ones that's in my age group, Hey man, y'all know who y'all is, man. Come on now. We gotta let it be known that we have poets too, you know.
Yes, they got to step up next year. They got to step
All
up so they can perform.
writing in they poetry book like me, that was all them years, didn't nobody really know. I'm calling them out too.
Call them out, and send them to me because they coming. They gonna come out that shell one way or the other. One way or the other.
Oh yeah.
But thank you, Josh, for coming and circling back and letting everybody know more about you from the first time. And I can't wait to see you next week and to perform. And we in it to win it. You know how we is. We locked in forever. So
yeah.
thank you.
Always.
And thank you so much to everybody else out there that's tuning into this amazing episode with Josh V. Man, listen, have not purchased your tickets to come see this amazing lineup for the first annual BTS Level Up Showcase, you need to go purchase those tickets because these are gonna be some amazing performances from all these artists that are coming across the platform. I didn't get a chance to interview everybody, but I do have a lineup, and I have 4 spoken word. I don't know if I went off the screen, y'all. Did I go off the screen? I hope I didn't. I have 4 spoken word artists, and I have 2 keynote speakers. I'm having technical difficulties. I think I am, but I'm not sure. But Foster Adoption Mission to help foster children. She is actually from Mullins, South Carolina herself, and please, all the proceeds for this event will go towards her organization to further assist other foster children. So I hope that you have enjoyed this episode today with Josh, spoken artist and poet who calls Atlanta home but carries Mullins in his soul. So he has been a writer since 9, and he's still killing it out here, y'all. So make sure that you follow his journey as he continues to use his voice. So until next time, remember, poetry is the glue that binds us all, and it's never too late to add your voice to the conversation. So stay inspired.
My name is Josh B. I'm a poet and spoken word artist from Mullins, South Carolina.
Okay.
They say if I speak this truth, the powers that be might shoot. But I ain't scared. Tell them I said, do what they gotta do.
Come on.
The birth certificate made us an artificial person, better known as a straw man.
Come on now.
This system got some evil tricks and some wicked plans. They stole our ancestors' money out of the Freedmen's Bank, but when we mention reparations, they tell us to pull ourselves up out of bootstraps. Man, fuck that. America is a corporation. It seems like having an LLC is one of the only few ways we can benefit in this capitalist nation. The rich folks, they do the whole tax thing differently. They do write-offs and they master loopholes. It's up to us to stay financially informed to make sure that we get what we are owed. They say if I speak this truth, I might provoke the powers that be to want to shoot. But I ain't scared. Tell them I said, do what they gotta do.
You know what I mean?
Our sisters in prison face the possibility of involuntary sterilization. I guess the system aiming for melanated population annihilation. Some companies make millions off of private prison labor, but the inmates only make enough to probably buy a pack of annihilators. The origins of the police was the petty rollers, the night patrol, and the enslaved people catchers. So if they try to harass me today, I let them know that my ancestor spirit gonna avenge their profession.
Come on now.
They say if I speak this truth.
Thanks for watching another episode of Breaking the Silence. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. Please like, share, and subscribe. See you next time.